Do you know the story of a man who changed music and dance forever? He sang with a voice that touched millions of hearts. He moved his body in ways that no one had ever seen before. One day, he performed a dance move that looked like real magic. He seemed to slide backwards across the stage while his feet walked forward. This move amazed the whole world. This is the true story of Michael Jackson. It is a story about talent, hard work, dreams, and becoming the king of pop. Today, I will tell you his story like a long adventure full of music and excitement. Are you ready to hear this amazing story? Let's start from the very beginning. Michael Jackson was born on the 29th of August in the year 1958. He was born in a small industrial city called Gary, in the state of Indiana, in the United States. Gary was not a big or famous city. It was a quiet place where many families worked hard every day. Michael was the 8th child in a big family with 10 children. His father's name was Joseph Jackson. His mother's name was Catherine Jackson. Joseph worked as a crane operator in a factory. Catherine stayed at home and took care of all the children. She also loved music and sometimes played the piano. The Jackson family did not have a lot of money, but they had something very special. They had a lot of love for music. From a very young age, Michael showed that he was different. He loved to sing and dance more than anything else. When he was only 5 years old, he started performing with his older brothers. The group was called the Jackson 5. The brothers were Jackie, Tito, Jermaine, Marlon, and little Michael. They practiced singing and dancing almost every day in their small house. Their father was very strict. He made them rehearse for many hours. Sometimes the boys felt tired, but they kept practicing. Michael had a very special voice even when he was a small child. His voice was high and clear and full of feeling. He could also dance with amazing energy and control. The neighbors often heard the boys singing through the windows. In 1968, something very important happened. A famous record company called Motown discovered the Jackson 5. Motown was one of the biggest music companies in the world at that time. They signed the group and helped them make professional recordings. In 1969, the Jackson 5 released their first big single. The song was called "I Want You Back." It became a huge hit and reached #1 on the music charts. People all over the country started listening to the young brothers. Soon they had more hits like ABC and The Love You Save. The Jackson 5 became very famous very quickly. They appeared on big television shows and sang in front of thousands of people. Michael was still a young boy, but he was already the star of the group. He sang the lead parts and danced with incredible skill. The family moved to Los Angeles to be closer to the music industry. Life became busier and more exciting for all of them. Michael continued to grow as a performer. He learned how to connect with the audience and make them feel happy. Even though he was famous, he still practiced a lot. He wanted to become better every single day. As the years passed, Michael started to think about making music on his own. He loved his brothers, but he also wanted to try new things as a solo artist. In 1979, he released his first important solo album. The album was called Off the Wall. It had many great songs and became very popular. People loved Michael's smooth voice and the fun dance music. This album showed everyone that Michael could be a big star by himself. Then came the year that changed everything. In 1982, Michael released an album called Thriller. This album became the best-selling album in the entire history of music. It sold more copies than any other album before or after. The songs on Thriller were powerful and full of energy. Songs like Billie Jean and Beat It played on radios everywhere. People could not stop listening to them. But the music videos were even more special. Michael created videos that looked like short movies. They had stories, dancing, and amazing special effects. One of the most famous videos was for the song Thriller. It showed Michael turning into a werewolf and dancing with zombies. The video was exciting and a little bit scary at the same time. It changed the way people made music videos forever. In 1983, something unforgettable happened. Michael appeared on a big television special for Motown. He performed the song Billie Jean in front of millions of viewers. Suddenly, he started moving in a completely new and surprising way. He took steps that made it look like he was sliding backwards on the floor. His feet seemed to walk forward while his body moved back. This dance move was called the moonwalk. The audience went completely wild. They had never seen anything like it before. The moonwalk became Michael's most famous dance move. Soon people all over the world were trying to copy it. Children and adults practiced in front of mirrors at home. The moonwalk made Michael even more famous than before. He started wearing a sparkling white glove on one hand. He also wore a black fedora hat that became part of his look. His style was unique, and everyone wanted to look like him. Michael continued to work very hard. In 1987, he released another big album called Bad. This album also had many #1 songs. It showed that Michael was still at the top of the music world. His concerts during this time were spectacular events. He danced for hours with perfect energy and control. The stage lights, the costumes, and the special effects were incredible. Fans traveled from many countries just to see him perform live. Michael loved to create new dance moves. He worked with the best choreographers in the world. He spent long hours practicing every step until it was perfect. His dancing was not only fast, but also very precise and emotional. He could tell stories with his body and his movements. Besides music and dance, Michael cared deeply about other people. He especially loved children and wanted to help them. He bought a large property called Neverland Ranch. At Neverland, he had a big house, a zoo, and many fun rides. He invited children to visit and enjoy the place. He also gave a lot of money to charities around the world. He wanted to make life better for people who were suffering. In the 1990s, Michael released more albums. One of them was called Dangerous. Another important album was called History. These albums had strong messages and powerful songs. Michael continued to break records and win many awards. He became known as the King of Pop all around the globe. His influence on music and fashion was enormous. Many young artists looked up to him and tried to follow his example. Michael faced some difficult times in his life, but he never stopped creating new music and new shows. In 2009, he announced a big comeback. He was preparing for a series of concerts called This Is It. The shows were going to take place in London. Fans were very excited to see him perform again. Sadly, on the 25th of June in 2009, Michael Jackson passed away. He was only 50 years old. The news shocked people everywhere. Millions of fans around the world felt very sad. Many people held memorial events and sang his songs together. Even though Michael is no longer with us, his music continues to live. His songs are still played on the radio and in concerts today. New generations discover his music and fall in love with it. Dancers still study his moves and try to learn from him. Singers listen to his voice and try to understand his style. Michael Jackson showed the world what is possible with talent and hard work. He came from a small city and a big family. He practiced every day and never gave up on his dreams. He turned simple songs into global hits. He turned dance moves into legends. He turned music videos into art. His story teaches us many important lessons. It teaches us that passion can take us very far. It teaches us that practice makes us better every day. It teaches us that we can inspire people with our art. Michael Jackson will always be remembered as one of the greatest entertainers in history. He gave us rhythm, he gave us dance, and he gave us unforgettable songs. Every time we hear Billie Jean or watch the moonwalk, we remember his magic. His legacy continues to grow with every new fan who discovers him. Young artists today still talk about how Michael changed everything. He opened doors for many musicians and dancers around the world. He proved that music has no borders and can connect all people. Michael Jackson's life was like a beautiful and exciting adventure. It started in a small house in Gary and reached every corner of the planet. He showed us that one person with a dream can truly change the world. His voice still sings to us. His dance still moves us. His story still inspires us. What do you think about Michael Jackson? Was he a singer, a dancer, or a performer? Or was he all of these things at the same time? Tell me your opinion in the comments below. If you enjoyed this long story about his life, please like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you want to hear more stories about great people and amazing discoveries. Share this video with your friends and family who love music and dance. Thank you very much for watching until the end. See you in the next video.